Hey everyone, this is Nate and this is the Nader Tater channel. Alright, today I want to talk about how do you turn the Wi-Fi off of the Arcadyan KVD21 T-Mobile home internet gateway. So that's this guy up here. This one's naked. Its clothes are right down here. I take it apart for stuff, but you know, its firmware is very limited with the web interface of what you can and cannot do. I've shown another video where you can get access to the signal metrics that you cannot get on the interface itself. It only shows you the bars. And so I've done some more digging on how you get some more information from it, and the key thing that I wanted out of it is to turn off the Wi-Fi. If you look at the gray cylinder back there, that's the Nokia T-Mobile home internet one. And what I typically do with that is I have the Wi-Fi off, and then I plug my own personal Asus AI mesh system into it, and I use all of my Asus stuff to actually connect my devices to. So I want to do the similar thing with this Arcadyan one, but they don't give you the option to turn off Wi-Fi, at least either in the app or on the web interface. But I'll go through how you do that. Now, I am not a really good person at code or programming or any of that kind of stuff. I'm a mechanical engineer, but I did get a little bit of help from a buddy on this, and then I had to figure out some stuff myself to get it to work here with Windows. I'll show you how to do it on Windows, and even if you're not tech savvy, if you're able to copy and paste, you'll be able to do this. It's fairly easy. It might look a little bit intimidating, but stick with me and I'll show you how to do that. So let's hop on the computer. I'll walk you through. It's really just three key commands that you have to send from your computer to the gateway. And now, as always, if you find the video helpful, please hit the like button down below. If you have questions, put comments in the comment section, and then of course subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. So thanks for watching. Alright, so if you haven't figured it out already, there is a web interface, and that's this 192.168.12.1 address. You obviously need to be connected your computer to that gateway either through Wi-Fi or Ethernet. For this example, I strongly encourage you to be connected via Ethernet because we're going to turn off the Wi-Fi. It will still work, actually, I think, if you're connected to Wi-Fi, but alright, so I'll type in the password and log in, and the only thing that gives me is the option here to combine or separate out the 2.4 and 5 gigahertz channels, and then to change the network names and password. So there's no on-off here. So to get to that, what you need to do is still be connected, but you need to go in here and open up PowerShell. So you need to open it as admin. So if you don't have it right here in your recent, you can just type in PowerShell, and every Windows, this is Windows 10, should have this PowerShell application by default. But you do want to right click, not left click, and go to run as administrator. They'll say, hey, you sure you want to do that? This can do some cool things. And you say, yes, I do want to do cool things. So we'll pull that open here. I guess I'll put it on this side of the screen. And then this is a command that you have to send it. And so this is sending a command from your computer to the gateway that you're connected to. And all you have to do is copy and paste this in there. Now, the only thing you have to change is the password. So my password, at least for this example, to log into there is thenadertater.com. So you would change that out with, for example, what's on the back of your gateway. It has a place that says, on the very bottom of the sticker, it has username, which is admin, and then admin password. That admin password is what you need to type into here. Everything else would stay the same for you unless you, actually you can't change the 192.168 on this one either. So I'm just going to copy this section here, and then I just paste it into this, and then I hit enter. And what that's going to give me is a key, a token. So this is the authentication token that you need to use in order to get any command. So you have to take this EY and then however many characters this is, and copy that, and then you want to go to the second command, and you want to replace the old key here with the new key that you just got. These tokens, they expire, so like I don't have a concern with showing this on the screen because this will expire in a matter of minutes on here. So the only thing you got to make sure is you got to keep all the formatting correct. The single quotation at the end has to stay there. Don't get rid of that. And then there has to be a space after the bearer right here. So again, everything else can stay the same. You can see here I did, and just so you know, this is all one line, and just because it's in this slideshow format, it has it on multiple lines, but this is actually just one line of text. And so here at the end is a C : /tmobile-wifi.info.txt. That is a file that it's going to make. So you can put this at whatever name you want, and you can put it somewhere else. The reason I chose C : / is because it's the shortest to type in, but you can go to your documents folder or wherever else you want it. You just have to have that in here. The only downside to writing directly to the root is you have to have admin rights to save it, so that's where you need to open PowerShell as an admin. Otherwise you could not open as admin. So now that we've copied our token in there, I want to copy this new text, and I'm going to type that in here, and again I hit enter, and I can see that it worked. And then a quick thing for me to tell is this download size, I can tell that it's enough bytes that it actually has some data. It took me a while to figure out all the right syntax in here to get everything to work right. But so now in Notepad, now I opened up Notepad as admin as well, just to make sure I had all the rights. And so now I'm going to open up that file that it just saved. And so this is now giving me information about my Wi-Fi. So it's saying, hey, here's for 2.4 gigahertz, you have airtime fairness is true, your channel is automatic, your bandwidth is auto. Here's some other things. The key thing here is radio enabled, and that is true. So this is like a settings file, and this is a manual way to adjust it. So we can go here to is radio enabled and type in false. And for me, I'm not going to change anything else, but if I wanted to, you could go ahead and change things like your SSID here. You can change your key, which is like and subscribe, hint hint, or you can change things like transmission power if you wanted to. The only thing that's kind of difficult here is some of these, I don't know what the other options are. So for example, I'd be very curious for the things like the mode. This one is one that on like the Nokia, we changed the mode from auto to like a BG compatible one. And I haven't tried that, but there's a chance you could type in B/G, and that might be an available option, but it might not be as well. So that's the downside to it, is you might have to play with that, and there's chances you can mess things up if you put in a value that makes it really unhappy. So anyways, I'm going to do is radio enabled false, and then I'm going to go down here to the 5 gigahertz one as well, and is radio enabled. We're going to make that false as well, and I'm going to save this. Alright, so now mine is saved, and that's all I changed, was those two items from true to false. Now let's open up my phone here, and I'm just going to show you guys what my Wi-Fi looks like right now. Okay, so I'm going to open up a app here that is scanning for Wi-Fi, and what you can see here on here is I have a lot of Zimaland ones, which is my ASUS AI mesh. So I have lots of access points or routers around there with both 2.4 and 5 gigahertz. But you can see here the top is the Nader Tater one, because it's literally 2 feet away from me. It's a nice strong signal, and you can see in here that it is active and alive, and you can see things like all the different channels and everything that it has. So anyways, this shows you that it's there and active, and I can look even here and see that it's on my 2.4 gigahertz. There's the Nader Tater one. All right, here on 5 gigahertz, it's still the same colors, the green color there, kind of on the left of the screen, but it shows it's hidden. That's because if you look over here at the broadcast enabled, it is false, and that's because it's not separating the bands out. So that's why it shows up here as hidden on the network. But now I can see them. I verify that they are here, and now what I want to do is go in there and turn it off. So now that I've saved this file, now what I have to do is go to my third command, and now this is where I need to again type in my authentication key. So to do that, I'm going to go back here and recopy it, and again make sure you don't cut off or add a space or anything like that. Don't cut off that final single quotation there. And then this is where you have to make sure, if you change that name, obviously I'd encourage you just to leave it the way it is. But if you change it, that path that you saved it to, you need to select whatever file path and name your file is in. Okay, so now I'm going to copy that, and I'm going to paste it here and hit enter. And this part's the little bit confusing part. I thought this was not working for a long time until I, lo and behold, went and checked. So you don't get a confirmation that it finished or worked, but it does actually save that. So now I can go back to my phone here. Okay, so I went back to my phone, and lo and behold, the Nader Tater is gone from my networks, and it's no longer visible there on any of these. So that's how I know that it worked, and nothing changes in here. Like if I go back and I'm logged into the gateway, you know, it still shows everything kind of the way it was before. I was kind of interested to see if it changes that, but it's now turned off, and the reason to turn it off is it takes up less processing, less heat. You know, these don't have fans on them, and you know, you can get a fan, you can add fans to them if you really need the Wi-Fi, but it seems to improve the performance if we don't have them working any harder than they need to. So that's where I turn the Wi-Fi off, and that's how you can do it. If you want to mess with these other settings, go right ahead. If you break it, it's not my fault, but you know, you can try to change some of these if you really need to. This 80 megahertz on the 5 gigahertz band, you know, you could change it down to 40, and that would probably work. But you know, you can change transmission power. That one I'm almost positive you can change that to 70, 50, whatever number, and that would work for sure. And then airtime fairness, you could turn that to default. But there's a couple that I'm not quite sure about what the right answer is. So I'm going to keep playing with these things. I'm going to try to figure out all these little secrets that they hide in there, and I'll share them the best I can. So stay tuned for more videos as always, and thanks for watching.